Alright guys, so it looks like we're going to be posting a little bit more often, but in today's video, it's not going to be about that. We're digging back into the Maddog. So while this thing was stored away, basically back on my porch with a cover on it, I took the cover off and realized, hey, that shouldn't be like that. Looks like, I guess I either pulled up against it or something and snapped it off the mount. So another taillight. Good thing these things are actually very cheap. Don't know if you guys are going to need any of that. The wiring layout does come in handy, just so you guys know, but I'm going to be going through that on the OE harness for the Icebear. But yeah, 12 bucks. Let's do it. Okay, so first up, obviously you got to pop the seat, which is going to be right there. Get up in there. Pop it up. And then I usually wedge mine. I take it off the corner here, kind of lift it up a little bit, and then basically wedge it behind it so it kind of like holds itself up. Get into the wiring loom. I'm going to have to cut off some zip ties and then get into the harness, which I tucked back into this plastic sleeve. So let me get these zip ties off and do it. Alright, so with the zip tie cut off, I can pull back the sheathing. You see all the main connectors. This is for the main harness. This is where I hooked it up the first time. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to be safe on myself, a little bit easier. And I think I'm going to cut it just past where I made the connections last time. So I already have basically the color chart, so you can see yellow to yellow, white to orange, red to red, green to green, black to black. So you know what I mean? I can kind of just go up that color charting for it so it's all wired back in correctly. If I just cut back some of the sheathing and then just cut it and then basically redo it, and then I have obviously new heat shrink to it, so it kind of helps protect it a little bit from the weather, even though I don't really drive this in the rain. So, but still, it'll help. So I'm gonna go ahead, chop this off a little bit further up, here, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I got this stripped back a little bit, and as you can see, the wiring coloring, as I'm showing you, you go. Pretty much how we're working. So it's not that bad. Could be worse, could be easier. I think what happened with this wiring, because I know when I hooked this wiring up and it had the old OEM light bulb on it, there was one, so this is actually technically my third light. Because I had a replacement before that I actually stripped off myself. That sucked, that was my fault. And then there was one before that the mounting points weren't correct. They were like way up and the light sat like way down there. And I was like, well, this isn't the same thing. So I ordered it again, and then obviously I had to rewire it. But so this is going to be OEM. So this is all OEM plugins. So what you're going to need if you do get this light, I'll link this light in the description below too. That way you guys can get it. It's a little Amazon light. It was literally 12 bucks, 13 bucks. It was cheap. It's the 5-inch version, not the, I think there's a 9-inch too. But this is what you're looking at. So this is coming from the bike, OEM, and then that's what it's going to run into. So you're going to have yellow to yellow, red to red, orange to white. You're going to have green to green, and then you're going to have black to black, which is obviously your ground. And then on the box itself too, it will give you the diagram for what each thing does right there. That way you guys can have it. But that diagram is only for the light, not the bike. Keep that in mind. The bike and the light, two different orientations, even though for the most part the colors are the same. So I'm gonna go ahead, snip this harness about right here, and then go from there and rewire this one onto this. All right, so we got it snipped off. We got the bike harness here. I got a nice little reference point here from the bike harness to aftermarket light. I had to get some heat shrinks I just have them stored back. These I got, I think, from Walmart. These actually come in handy. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to go with black because there's only like 1 or 2 left. So I'll probably use some green ones because I think these are a little bit bigger than the green ones. Yeah, they look a little bit bigger. So I'll probably use the green ones to insulate the lighting. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead, pop this light on out. I mean, there's really not much to it. You just basically take it out. They give you like a little wrench with it, but it should be an 8mm for the mounting nuts. And then yeah, basically just do it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, mock wire this up, and go from there. All right, I forgot to mention too. So this was the old setup here. Obviously, you can see it snapped off the mounts. This is what they look like new. Now, what I did do after the first one broke, because I over tightened it, I did end up beefing it up a little bit and I added a little rubber washer to it to help absorb some, not only vibration, but help kind of sponge it up when you tighten it up. And then I added a washer to the back side. So washer to this side, rubber washer to the exterior side. All right, I need to wire this up. All right, so I have it in a temporary spot. As you can see, I don't even have the mounting nuts on it or any of the hardware. Just have it mounted up so I could rewire it. I have my heat shrinks here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slide these over and heat shrink it. But first, I'm going to make sure none of these wires are touching. That's important because you don't want them to touch, because this is going to have power as soon as I flip the key. So we just want to see the orientation of how this thing goes with the turn signal, because it's directional. So right side should be over there, left side should be over here, unless I have those two reversed, in which case I can fix that right now. So I'll turn it on. You'll hear the fuel pump fire on. Startup sequence. And then what we're going to do, we're going to test left and right. So this should be left. And then we got right. And there you go. And then we got the brake light. There it is. Little brake light. Alright, so it looks like it's working good. I'm going to go ahead and heat shrink this up. Don't mind the whine, that's just the fuel pump. I'm going to go ahead and heat shrink this up and tuck it back up. And there you go. It's all cleaned back up. Heat shrinked, remounted, reframed back up so I have some space. I do still have to take the old throttle cable off, because back before I ended up going with this carb setup, I was basically swapping back and forth between the CVK carb and the this carb from eBay, which is basically like a spin-off of the rolling wrench carb, because it has the, you know, like the blue see-through float bowl. Basically like a Ken design, basically with those PWK carbs, 28. But yeah, so as you can see, lights back on, working again. I do like the startup sequence on it. It does look cool. But yeah, as you can see, back on, working. So, doing good. If you guys do want to have more information on this, go ahead, just hit me up in the comments. This isn't the first time I've done this. And same thing with this, the fuel pump, the electric fuel pumps on these. I did have a Mikuni on it. It didn't work the same as it did on the Gen 4 that I had. So since this is a Gen 5, easy way to tell. Super easy way is the wheels. You'll know because they'll have these kind of wheels on it. It'll be a Gen 5. Or it'll have this kind of exhaust on it. Stock Gen 5. And then the most obvious one is, instead of having the speedometer up here, it's right there, along with the headlight. But, besides that, I'm going to go ahead and end this. If anybody is wondering what's going on with the Genesis, I'm actually just basically just getting new tires on. So I dropped the wheels off this morning to get the new tires on. If you want to see the setup, there you go. For the guys that are asking, they're just springs. I still have OEM struts, just running Godspeed springs. That's pretty much all that's done with it. We can even hop underneath if it's up now. Just the ISR race exhaust. You know, straight through. I did end up having that resonator put in to kind of like quiet it down a little bit, but I ended up kind of giving it like a weird chop, so now it sounds like it's cammed half the time, which it is what it is. But yeah, gotta love the burnt tips. But besides that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get to end of the video. Everything does work on it now, so oh, here you go. I'll do this for you guys. Nice good old victory peel for you guys. Ooh. Oh yeah. But yeah, besides that, I gotta go ahead and get to mowing. I do adult stuff now. But yeah, if you have any questions on the Maddog 150s, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'll help you out whether or not you want to go with the electric fuel pump, maybe a different gas cap, odds and ends here and there. I'm still having to do other things to it. Like, I think the last thing on the list is the NCUY rear shock, because this one is the OEM shock and it's leaking a little bit. Or, yeah, I'm pretty sure it leaked out most of the whatever was in there. So that's going to have to get replaced. It does ride a lot better with it broken, which is sad to say, because it's much more of a soft ride, but obviously it's broken, so I have to replace it. But yeah, any of the other guys, sorry for dragging this out, guys, but any of the other guys that are looking at this and they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. It was a 150. It has the big bore kit in it, so it has a forged piston, valves, cams, bigger carb, all that good stuff. But like I said, if you guys want to know more, I have previous videos on this thing, so go ahead and watch those videos and let me know what you're thinking. And or if I didn't answer any of your questions, or you haven't found it by quick scrolling, go ahead and ask them in the comments below. Also, if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because like I'm saying, guys, we got a lot more coming to the channel. Obviously, I got a lot of stuff going on right now, so yeah. But I'm definitely going to be posting more videos, so keep in mind I'm posting more videos. So no matter what you're here for, subscribe, guys. Subscribe and share so we can keep growing this channel. We're almost at 5,100 subscribers, and it's awesome. So thank you all for that as well. All right? Besides that, thanks for watching, guys, and be safe. Happy riding, guys.